Yo, 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 welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Niall Frazier. And today we got a few things we need to talk about. But before we get started, could you please like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe, man? Y'all already know. So, as y'all should already know, the Philadelphia Eagles will be playing today in Brazil against the Green Bay Packers, man. It's been a long wait. I did watch the Thursday night game against the Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. It was a pretty alright game, but I know and I don't want to get too crazy, but I think we can beat the Ravens. I'm gonna just say that real quick. I think we can beat the Ravens from what I saw. It's still the first game. They got to work on some things, but I really do think we can beat the Ravens. But before we even get to the Ravens, let's talk about if we can beat the Green Bay Packers tonight. And I feel like we can, man. I'm not saying that because that's my team, but at the end of the day. I know they paid Jordan Love. He had a fantastic game against the Cowboys in the playoffs, but ultimately, they ended up losing to the 49ers, Brock Purdy, all that good stuff, good company. But Jordan Love is still, to me, he's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, but the sample size is not big enough yet. I'm looking at Vic Fangio to go out here and be able to disrupt and bring that pressure to the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. It should be nothing easy tonight for Jordan Love. Especially with us coming, not especially our starters not playing in the preseason, man. I want to make sure that rust is off early, man. If we even have it, but I'm expecting some rust, man, because we're no different than any other team. But at the same time, I want this team to go out there and shut everybody up that's been talking, this season or this off season. People saying, oh, it started off 10-1 and it had to collapse. Whatever the case may be, we got rid of our coordinators and all that good stuff. Got us Vic Fangio, got us Kellen Moore, Nick taking the back seat. So it's a lot of things that, we should be seeing differently this year with this team. I know that pass rush, I know the Packers, they ended up going out here getting a coach from Boston College. I can't never remember this guy's name. I do apologize, but switch the defense to a 4-3. They want to get their pass rush. You got a pretty decent pass rush with some pretty decent players on that defensive line. And wanted to just see if Jalen and Kellen Moore came up with the answer to these different blitzes, man, because was it cover zero, whatever the case may be. It's been a hard defense for Jalen to break, so a hard defense for Jalen to throw on, excuse me. But I just want to make sure, man, that they worked on all these different things, because training camp is one thing, not throwing the pick until the last day or two, whatever the case may be. This is a whole different situation, man. This is a different team that you haven't went against yet. Really don't know what to look for. They did come out in preseason, so they did show us a little bit of what they did, as well as they talked about what they're trying to do. I know Matt LaFleur came out and talked about my boy Jalen Carter being a freak of nature, which he is, man. But he's a guy that draws, 1 to 2 bodies, man. And if he can do that, I'm thinking more or less it should be Jordan Davis, that should be drawing that type of heat. But if it's whoever it is, my thing is whoever it is, the rest of those players should be getting to work and getting to that quarterback, because Jalen Carter is the best player on this team. He's going to draw the attention of a lot of defensive coordinators, just like when they talked about Aaron Donald with the Rams. He's going to draw a lot of attention from each week from different teams because he's a game wrecker. You want to, the whole thing with the defense, you want to slow that guy down. But there's so many other weapons that should be coming to fruition, like going out here getting Bryce Huff, spending that money this past off season. Vic been coming out. He's been up and down on my man, but I do think Bryce Huff, he shows up tonight. Hopefully we see a few sacks. I know it's the first game, but paying somebody that kind of money, I want to see something going on with my boys. So hopefully Bryce go out here do what he do. Nolan Smith is another guy I'm looking forward to seeing, man. Still high on Nolan Smith. I know, he ain't look the best in his preseason game. I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of these players just need reps. Get out there, you gotta go out there and you gotta go mess up. Learn from take the lesson from it, get better for next time. That's all I can really tell them, or get the advice that I can give them, because it is what it is, man. You can't be perfect every play. With Isaiah Rodgers and them not playing, and I should have probably said that too, but Isaiah Rodgers will not be playing tonight. So that means Quinion Mitchell is going to be getting a lot of the snaps. I'm thinking they're going to have him playing the slot, but Keely Ringo might be getting, some snaps as well on that outside, unless they interchange him and Q when they switch from base to nickel formation, whatever the case may be. But it's a lot of good things we should be looking forward to, man. Like I said, we went out here in the draft, and this offseason got some key players. Like I said, I know Isaiah Rodgers isn't playing tonight. I know Devin White ain't playing tonight, but these rookies, man, they gotta come up, they gotta show up. These second year players, these Georgia Bulldogs, the Kobe Dean. Come on, bro. Devin White is not playing tonight. So we should be hearing the Kobe Dean's name a lot tonight. I want to see how I know I'm just rambling, but I just want to see how, players the conditioning is. Are they conditioned? Because when I watched the game yesterday, excuse me, Thursday night's game with the Chiefs and the Ravens, you were seeing as the game went on, you see players were getting gas, getting winded. So I want to make sure that we ain't running into that same problem that we ran into last year, where players getting gassed. I know Clint Hurt, one of these guys. He said he wanted him to play all four downs, and he was really talking about Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. And I mean Milton Williams as well, man. It's the youngest one of the youngest teams in the NFL, but even a younger D line. So I want those guys to be able to step up because he has some big shoes to fill. Fletcher's not there. I know we still got Brandon Graham who can be worked into the fold, but you're expecting a lot more from them younger guys, man. Contract year for Milton Williams, excuse me. So I'm expecting him to have a crazy year. Hopefully the Eagles can lock him up, but if not, it is what it is. But while he's here, I'm hoping he go out there and just be a game wrecker each game. But if that pass rush can get there, we should be good to go. I'm telling y'all. Everything else will fall in suit. But on the flip side, the Packers have a crazy pass rush as well, so that's something to also monitor. Like I said, hopefully they got the blitz beaters and him and Jalen Hurts and Kellen Moore on the same page because I don't want it to get to the point where what we saw last year. It should be nothing what we saw last year. And Kellen Moore is not Kellen Moore. Nick Sirianni's not involved. Kellen Moore is the I don't want to say head brother in charge, but he's the head guy, man. This should be his offense. We should be seeing a lot of tight end uses as well. I know they upgraded EJ Jenkins for tonight's game, so hopefully he gets to play. But if Dallas is out there, I'm expecting Dallas to be used heavily, as we did see in the open practice with him getting those 3 touchdowns. So I'm expecting Dallas to be used very, very heavily tonight. But overall, man, I just want to make sure that those guys on the offense just do what they got to do. Honestly, the guys on both sides of the ball do what they have to do. I know Dotson is another guy they talked about who's going to be heavily used in this offense. Now, I don't know if it's going to be tonight, but they said he's going to get used. So I'm hoping he can make some plays when his number is called. Hopefully he can go out there and grab a couple balls, pause, and do what he got to do. But ultimately, I'm hoping this is not a shootout. But like I said, Jordan Love is a decent quarterback. Like I said, small sample size, but at the same time, I'm expecting Vic Fangio to get this defense up to par and fluster Jordan, bro. Fluster him. Make them regret that he even signed this contract this offseason. Because my thing is this. Me personally, I thought it was a little too early. Like I know he had the success with the Cowboys and then, ultimately lost to the 49ers, but that first half of the season just wasn't clicking and then something happened with him. And, it's good to see that. But at the same time, give it time. So hopefully we can go out there, show these sports commentators and all this other crap. They got people talking about they taking the Green Bay Packers over us. They acting like they don't have a brand new DC2 as well. They acting like they ain't got certain, new pieces, new key players to the team like Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. So, and I'm not going to got me getting excited already. That's how we in football season, but let's not do that, man. Like I said, I know that's my team and I'm gonna stick up for them, but at the same time, I really do think we're going to go out here, get this dub tonight, bring it home, and then get ready for week 2 against the Falcons. So, with that being said, man, if you got anything else that you want me to talk about or hear from me, please drop it down in the comments. I do appreciate everybody that's been listening in, tuning in, subscribing to the channel. It does not go unnoticed. And also be on the lookout for the Mean Green podcast with me and Mr. Reggie. Usually we do it Sundays. I know our schedule's been a little off, but we should be ramping up a tad bit more for the simple fact that, it's NFL season. Eagles is playing. So just be on the lookout for that this Sunday. I might make a recap game either tonight a recap video either tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But with that being said, man, it's not from the No Cut Sports Podcast. I appreciate y'all watching and get ready for this dub tonight. And one more thing, baby. Go Birds, y'all. I'ma holla at y'all. Be safe, man.